good morning to you, our viewers. Thank you for tuning in to Black Hot Fire Network, which is media for the 21st century. With me, your host, CALMIE, and this is the African Diary Show. And remember that only on the African Diary Show is where you get to know matters happening in Africa, trending in Africa, the challenges the African do face, and also the achievements that Africans have achieved so far in history. Also on Black Hot Fire Network, it is the only media station whereby you get to get the fastest entertainment news happening in Africa. So this is the African Diary Show with me, your host, CALMIE. And today on the African Diary Show, we're going to talk about the Pygmies in Congo. The Pygmies in Congo, remember, they are a small group which is found in Congo. Okay, I call them small because their existence has come to pass with a lot of pain, with a lot of suffering for the Pygmy communities in Congo. So for more of this and stories regarding the Pygmies in Congo, it's only on Black Hot Fire Network. Once again, welcome to Black Hot Fire Network. So the Pygmies in Congo, they are seen as a very inferior group in Congo, whereby they actually have no talk, they have no say regarding matters happening in Congo, and also they're subjected to a lot of torture, a lot of inhuman activities. But the government, despite the cries from the Pygmy people on matters regarding their welfare in Congo, the government, it has just this cries or pleas have just fell on deaf ears. And also we do have the examples of the human rights trying to chip in to help the Pygmies people in Congo, and also the UNICEF has also brought up campaigns to end up the suffering of the Pygmy people. So of course you'll wonder, who are the Pygmies, and do the Pygmies still exist? Yes, Pygmies do still exist, and back then in the days, it was hard for people outside Africa to believe that we as Africans also do have the Pygmy population. Of course, nobody likes to be referred by the term Pygmy or by the term dwarf, but the Pygmy and dwarfism is just almost the same. They're just almost the same in that they are called Pygmies because of their heights, whereby you find that a tall Pygmy measures up to 4 feet tall and 11 inches. That's their height as a tall Pygmy, so that's why they are called Pygmies. But in Congo, we have various groups, indigenous groups in Congo, and some of them are they are the Pygmy community in Congo, in the Democratic Republic of Congo, to be precise. So I'll tell you the first one, and we have the likes of the Akad, which is found in the southern region of the Democratic Republic of Congo, and also another one is the Baka. The Baka community is also a group of the Pygmy people, and they're found in the eastern Cameroon. That's the Baka. That's also another type of the Pygmy population in Congo. Another type is the Mbuti people. The Mbuti people are the largest of the Pygmy population in Congo, and they're dwellers of the Ituri rainforest in Congo. Another also group which is found in Congo amongst the Pygmies population is of the Mbeya, and the Mbeya, rather the Mbaka people. The Baka people, sorry, they are found of the Western Congo, and they do speak Bantu language. They also do speak the Ubegian languages. So that is the Baka people of Western Congo Basin, and these are also an example of Pygmies in Congo, and they do speak the Bantu language, and also they do speak the Ubegian language in Congo. Another type is the Mbuti people of Ituri, and they're found in Ituri rainforest, and in Ituri rainforest, these people, they do speak Bantu also, and they also do speak the Central Sudanic language. So these are the Mburi people, another type of Pygmy population in Congo. Also another type is the Twa. Yes, the Twa people, they're also a Pygmy. I mean, they also do fall under the Pygmy communities in Congo. And the Twa people, they are the Twa people of the Great Lake. That is, they do speak Bantu. They also do speak Rwanda. Yes, they also do speak Rwanda. They also do speak Rwanda, and they also sorry for a minute. Yes, the Twa people, they do speak Rwanda, and they also do speak Bantu. So you see, Bantu is just very common among the Pygmy people in Rwanda, among the Pygmy people in Congo. And these Pygmies, or the Twa people, they are also found in countries like Rwanda. They are also found in countries like Tanzania, Uganda, Zambia, Burundi, Angola, and Namibia. Those are the Twa people in Rwanda. And also another thing regarding the Rwandese people is that these people, they are believed to have originated from the direct descendants of the Middle Stone Age man. Yes, the Pygmy people. So there have been claims or research which has been done indicating, or rather implying and linking the Pygmy people to the Middle Stone Age, which was 100 years ago. And the Pygmy people in Congo, they are of the hunting and gathering. They do practice hunting and gathering. That's their way of survival, because they dwell in forest in Congo. So what's the reason as to why we decided to talk about the Pygmy people? We've decided to talk about the Pygmy people because these people, they are not, then some people don't see them as human. They're called half human at times, but at the end of the day, these are just normal human beings as us, despite the fact that they have a small height. And it's so sad that the Pygmy people in Congo, they don't have a high life expectancy level, whereby they live from the age of at most 16 years to 24 years old. That's why you find that a lot of Pygmies, they do give birth at a very tender age because of their short life expectancy. So that is about the Pygmy people. So these Pygmy people in Congo, they have faced a lot of challenges in their as they have lived in Congo, whereby you find that the Pygmy people in Congo, they used to live in harmony and coexist very well with the Bantu people. The Bantu people in Congo, they are the major dwellers of Congo, and you found that they live in the villages, in the town, also in Congo, whereby they just live in the neighboring towns, that is, and villages neighboring the Pygmies in the forest, especially in Ituri forest. The Pygmies have lived in the forest for a very, very long time since their existence, but their existence, or rather their homes, or their ancestral home, is under threat, because we've had the likes of the whites people invading Congo, and they have taken over the natural resources of Congo, and we've seen in Congo they are cutting trees. So deforestation has led to the Pygmy peoples moving out of their ancestral home, that is the forest, Ituri forest to be precise, and they are moving over to the villages, over to the towns, to try and coexist with other people. But you found that these Pygmies, the people outside there in towns, they don't see them as humans. So you find that these Pygmies, they're subjected to torture. Some of them, they're being captured and taken to go and work into mines. So that is amongst the challenges that the Pygmy community is facing in Congo. So apart from that, we've had the likes of other communities abducting them and killing them, or rather massacring them in Congo, and some of them, they are eaten. And it's very, very sad that another human being can see a Pygmy as not a human being, and hence they are subjecting them to pain. So we'll take a look at some of the challenges that these Pygmies they're facing in Congo. And we have the rebels. Yes, the rebels in Congo. Those rebels, they have displaced a lot of Pygmies, and over the years we've lost a large number of Pygmies has been reported. I mean, the death rate, whereby you find that the rebels in Congo, they have the tendency of abducting the Pygmies in Congo, abducting them, torturing them, or cutting their private parts. Yes, and also another thing that these rebels are doing to the Pygmies is taking them into slavery and forcing them to work into mines. So despite the fact that, of course, everyone is viewing or is seeing what is happening to the Pygmy community in Congo, but despite the fact that UNICEF, also the human rights body, has tried to bring to the government, to bring the cries of the Pygmies to the government, it has just fallen into deaf ears, because the government has taken it to their advantage, whereby the pygmies, like I've told you, the pygmies have been living in Ituri forest, which is a very, very big forest, and as a result, they get to know a lot of animals in the forest, because remember, they are hunters and gatherers. They get to see a lot of animals in the forest. They get to hunt. They get to know a lot of plants, both medicinal plants and both plants to be used. So people are taking this to their advantage by abducting them and forcing them to work into their mines, and also forcing them to work into their homesteads. And you find that the pygmies in Congo, they're not given highly paying jobs. They're subjected to low paying jobs, whereby they're paid by the if the master decides that he or she wants to pay them, that is just out of mercy, which happens once in a while. Then they are paid in forms of cigarette. They're paid also in form of used old clothes. So you see, pygmy people, they are not regarded as human beings. It's just one way of saying that still modern slave trade is still existing in Africa. And when I'm talking about Africa, I'm talking about Africa, Congo to be precise, whereby you get to see that still modern slave trade is taking place. And for the past 4 years, the pygmy people have been killed, or rather their death rate has increased, and we've lost also the death rate includes the women, the children also, they are also included in this, and it's very, very sad. So like I was telling you, that the pygmy people, they're being taken into slavery to work into mines, and also they are also involved into sexual slavery. Some of them are forced into marriages. It's so sad that individuals, they do capture these pygmy people who are forest dwellers, and they make them work into their mines. They also the ladies especially, they're taken to work as sexual workers, that is against their wills and and also another incident which did happen amongst or rather the incident which did happen to the pygmy people in Congo is that the women there, after being taken to work as sexual workers, or some of them are captured and promised a good life in the mines, but you find that in the mines they are tortured there and killed if they don't work well. And also another case of whereby their body parts being they are being tortured, that is involving the cutting of their body parts by some communities. And we found that the Bantu community is the community which is held responsible for these activities. And over the past years, or since the ancient times, it was believed that the Bantu people in Congo, they have taken the pygmies there in Congo, and from birth, when a pygmy is born from birth, you are required to work as a slave for the Bantu masses. And some of these Bantu people, they also do practice cannibalism in Congo. So you find that their prey, or their target prey, is the pygmy people. And it's very sad that a human being can do this to another human being, and the government is still watching. And the pygmy people have been disrespected, or rather seen as not useful in the society for a very long time. And in other places, you find that these pygmy people, they are taken, and their body is offered for sacrifices to the gods, whereby some people believe that pygmy flesh is amongst the concoctions that will bring one great fortune. So you see, also the pygmy race is under threat, a very huge threat, whereby they don't have their spokesperson to air out their grievances. So you find that foreign bodies are trying to put out their grievances outside there, but nobody's hearing them. But recently in Congo, we are waiting for it to be voted in the parliament, whereby cannibalism should be treated as a genocide act in Congo. So we're yet to see as to whether the Congo people will vote for this act. And also another act which has been brought forward by people is that the pygmy community should also be given a chance to live a normal lifestyle, and also should be given a chance not to be mistreated by other communities. So we are yet to see if this will come to pass. So the pygmy people, apart from the dangers they are facing in Congo. They are a very unique people, whereby you find that they also do practice music, and the type of music they do practice is polyphonic music in Congo, whereby it involves chanting, and they do this type of music especially during ceremonies, that is childbirth, weddings, and also initiation times. Yes, the Pygmy people also do have initiation rites, because these are normal human beings, and it's so sad that the entire world hasn't looked into the Pygmy population and viewed them as normal human beings. So another thing, for the music part, it's mostly practiced by certain Pygmy community, and that is the Aka and the Baka community, and also the Mbuti community. They are very known for their great vocals when it comes to music. So away from that, we was talking about the challenges that the Pygmy people are facing. So recently there have been a fight between the Pygmies and the Bantus. I've told you, apart from the Bantus taking Pygmies into slavery, I believe the Pygmies, they are tired of the way they are being treated by these Bantu people in Congo. And I remember before that, the Bantu people and the Pygmy people, they did used to live in peace together. So the Pygmy and the Bantu fight has taken place for over the last 4 years. It has been war, whereby in marketplaces the Pygmy people have been attacked, and also the Pygmy people, they have attacked the Bantu people, their women to be precise, and they're fighting against the Lubas. The Lubas are a certain militia in DRC Congo, which happens to be also in the government. So you see the reason as to why it's so hard to convince the government to end this inhuman act amongst the Pygmy people, because they have the Lubas amongst them who believe that the Pygmy people, they are half human. So fights have been taking place for over the past 4 years, whereby the Pygmies men have also been invading marketplaces, homesteads in Congo, and they have been killing women and children. That's their only way of sending a message to the Lubas militia there, outside there. And also the Luba women, apart from them being attacked and killed by the Pygmy people, the Luba men also have not left this act which has been done by the Pygmy unsettled, because also them, they have killed a lot of Pygmy people. Their mutilated bodies, they were being aired on the media, the mutilated bodies of the Pygmy people rather, and also their homesteads have been burnt. I've told you deforestation has also taken place at a very high rate in Congo. So Congo, in the past days, it was used to be known as Zaire. Yes, Zaire nowadays, it is the present DRC Congo, that is the Democratic Republic of Congo. So that's what's happening in Democratic Republic of Congo, where we have the Pygmy population being mistreated by people, by the Luba people and by the Bantu people, and also due to deforestation which has taken place, the Pygmy people have been forced to move out of their homes, and in the process of joining villages, they are exposed to diseases like HIV and AIDS. Remember, HIV and AIDS, it's very common amongst some communities in the Democratic Republic of Congo. But the Pygmy population back then, it was established that about 0.2% of the population of the Pygmy people rather was infected by HIV and AIDS. But because the Pygmy people have moved to the local places, that is the towns and so on, we found that the rate of HIV infection amongst the Pygmy people has increased from 0.2% in the year 2003 to almost 6%. That's a very high number of infection amongst the Pygmy people. And also the Pygmy people happens to occupy about 2% of the Congo population. So that's what's happening in the Democratic Republic of Congo, in the to be precise, amongst the Pygmy community, that is. So the Pygmy, apart from them being taken as slaves by the Bantu people from birth to the time they die, or to the time this people see them as a note of help. That's when they are killed. And we've also had cases whereby the Pygmy people, they were subjected, because they're hunters and gatherers, so they are slaves. They tend to send them to the forest to go and hunt, and when they don't return home with food or any of course food, some of them, they're subjected to torture, and apart from torture, some of them, they are eaten. So cannibalism still takes place in Congo, especially amongst the Bantu community, whereby they do eat pygmies. It's so sad that another human population will see one as inferior. But remember, the Pygmy people, their existence, they just do exist as us normal human beings, despite the fact that they are dwellers of the Congo, of the Ituri forest, and it is believed that Ituri forest is the reason behind, of course, several myths have come forward regarding their heights as pygmies, but a lot of research, they do point to the climatic weather condition in the Democratic Republic of Congo as a reason as to why the Pygmies have that height. So apart from that, we've had the likes of Sinafasi Makelo. The Sinafasi Makelo has this is a recent one, is a representative of the Mbuti Pygmies. Remember I told you the Mbuti Pygmies is a part of our community, I mean a part of a group of the Pygmy people in Congo. So Sinafasa Makelo has tried to talk to the UN organization. He has also tried to air the cries of the Pygmies people, but we are here to see whether they will look into this into consideration. And also he's advocating for the Pygmies to be given their land, and also land which has been taken away from them, and resources which have been which the people have benefited from the land they have taken from the Pygmy population. Sinafasi Makelo, he's advocating that the Pygmy population should also be given half of what these people are making out of the land which they have grabbed and out of the natural resources. So Makelo has asked the UN Security Council rather to recognize cannibalism as a crime against humanity and an act of genocide. Remember, I've told you that cannibalism is at a very high rate in Congo, especially the Pygmy people. They are prey to many people in Congo, especially the Bantu people in Congo. And also, Sinafasa has also urged the International Criminal Court to investigate a campaign of extermination against Pygmies. Yes, I've told you that you find that in the marketplaces there's a Pygmy head, there's a Pygmy body parts just put there as a way of warning Pygmies. And as a result, these Pygmies are living in fear. And I believe in the years to come, if this act continues in Congo, then the Pygmy population will become extinct because of them being killed on a daily basis. And also, it's very sad that the inhuman act amongst the Pygmy people has not started recently, but also during the colonial eras, where we had European abducting Pygmy kids and taking them abroad to Europe in zoos. It's sad. I mean, capturing an individual and subjecting them to zoo as zoo animals, it is so sad. So you see, the Pygmy people, the Pygmy people are suffering in Congo. So it's time for the government to just take a look and consider these unique people as human beings, and their rights and freedom granted to them. So it's so sad. And also in the year April 2015, we found that when the conflict had arisen in Congo, we had at least 100,000 of Pygmies people who had been killed by the whites, and also who had been killed by the Bantu people in Congo. So it's just so sad that this is happening in Congo. So, but we believe in time, because of the campaigns which have been brought about regarding the Pygmy people in Democratic Republic of Congo, we do hope that the government will look into consideration and help preserve the Pygmy community, or rather the Pygmy population in Democratic Republic of Congo. And we also do hope that peace will restore once and for all amongst the Bantu people and also amongst the Pygmy people in Congo. So with all that said, remember this is Black Fire Network, and this has been the African Diary Show, and we've been talking about the Pygmy. We've been looking into the Pygmy lifestyle in Democratic Republic of Congo. Remember to leave your views on Black Fire Network, and for more of this, only tune into Black Fire Network, the African Diary Show to be precise, by me, your host CALMIE. So do have a good day, and I hope you've learned something, and you'll also look into the Pygmy lifestyle and the challenges they are also facing in Democratic Republic of Congo. So do have a good day.